Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about multiple objects being dipped at once. And so of course, a lot of the times if you're going through and you're doing a dip and you're sitting there and you're doing one at a time, and you've got a whole bunch to do, a lot of the times it may make more sense to stop what you're doing, try to create a jig, and then that way you can do 5 to 10 at a time instead of just one at a time, which is definitely going to increase your profits, increase your productivity, and also make it a lot easier to get the job done a lot quicker. All right, so normally whenever you have a part like this, of course, just a couple of these, not really a big deal. You can easily just dip one or two or hold them like this, maybe even take and hold maybe a couple of them like this or something, and you could dip them down. But the easier way to do this, and of course a lot more time-saving way, is to jig them up, so then that way whenever you are dipping them, you can now have all of these lined up in the same way that they need to be, so then that way whenever you go to dip them, everything looks great, everything is exactly where it needs to be, as well as you're doing 5 to 10 or even 20 items at a time instead of just 1 or 2 items at a time. So let's go ahead, show you guys a few things on something like this. So on a job like this, we can actually get these fairly close. We can get these like this, but what I'm gonna do here is I'm mainly just going to line these up like this. And so it doesn't have to be perfect, but the one thing about the dip on this right here is that we're only going to focus just on this top portion right here. So we don't care about the bottom, but let's say that we did. Let's say that we needed to make sure that everything was done all the way across the board. So what we can do is we can flip these over just like so. And so then once we flip all these over, now we have the back that we can, of course, make a jig to be able to dip all of these all at one time. Now, a lot of the times what I like to do is line all these up just like this and get the 2-inch tape. So the 2-inch tape works really well. We're gonna lay a line down all the way across, just like that. And then once I have that, I'm just going to come across on each one of these and stick that down really good. And so, of course, once I have that, I'm going to lay down maybe one more in case that they are fairly heavy, and then that way I can lay it down again. And so by laying this down like this right here, I am now able to lift these up like this, and now I can pretty much do all 10, 15, however many that I wanted to do in a line all the way across, and be able to dip them all at one time. So now I can take my film and then slowly, nice and easy, go straight down into the water, get a great dip. All of these are gonna look exactly the same because they're all positioned pretty much exactly the same on the tape itself. So let's go ahead, let's roll out some film and dip it and show you guys the end result. So you'll notice I still kept it at that same angle, going all the way down. Then as we pull it back out, we now have a very nice clean pattern all the way around, tops and bottoms, side to side, and everything came out looking really good with it. So of course, that was a very simple and easy project. So sometimes we've also had items where we needed to go a lot more in depth, and a lot of the times you might be using things like paint sticks to keep everything straight, or you can even use, of course, PVC. That's always a really good thing to use because you can go to your local hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, anything like that, and pick up maybe 1/2-inch PVC and connect them in with either T's or elbows or anything like that, and then make a fixture, so then that way you can hold on to that fixture and then maybe either glue it or tape it to the item, so then that way you can still do multiple items at one time. So of course there is tons of other ways that you can jig up parts. That is just a very quick and easy way that you can do things, but a lot of customers and a lot of people don't realize the use of tape as well as what all you can actually benefit from it. So hopefully this video has really helped you guys out. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. We'd love to hear from you on anything hydrographics related, as well as if you have another item that you dip and you use a special jig for it, we'd love to hear on how you fixture that up. So that way we can, of course, help everybody learn and show everybody different ways that they use jigs and doing multiple items at one time. Also, if you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you subscribe to our weekly tips and tricks on anything hydrographics related. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and this is how we customize your world. We'll see you guys next time.